Ayudante means the helper. So our goal is to help community leaders, to help churches, to help schools be the best that they can be. So we want to be involved in communities. We want to know the community members, the community leaders, and work through them to change their lives, to change communities.
So at Ayudante, we're doing lots of different community projects to get us out in the community, to build relationships with the people in the homes. We really view that Jesus, in his ministry, he made relationships. He went to town and he would talk with people. He wouldn't just walk through and save people and throw some healings and then move on to the next town. He stayed places. He built relationships. I mean, his disciples is a great example of that. He took these 12 men everywhere he went. And so we really see that Jesus' salvation and his love comes through relationships. And so we believe in making relationships with the families in our communities. And one of the best ways to get in their homes and do things is to do projects there, things that they really need, that they need help with. And so some of the different areas we're working in is water filters. We put in water filters that last 10 to 15 years that require basically no maintenance and are very simple to use. And they purify the water from our canal, which is horrible, into meeting all the requirements of purified drinking water in the United States. And when we install these filters, it takes anywhere between an hour and 2 hours to do it. And so we have time with teams there in translators to get to talk about our stories of how God has worked in our lives, ask them if they go to church, find out where they're at, and work on building that relationship. Another project, just in our community of Lorena, which has about 70 homes, we found out that around 65% either didn't have a latrine, or the latrine was full, or old, or not functioning. And latrines are just, in our clinic, they're a huge part of our preventative care program, because if you don't have a sanitary place to use the bathroom, there's a lot of sicknesses and illness that comes from that. And so latrine, the whole kit costs around $300, and it's an investment that's going to last them 10 to 15 years and eliminate them needing to come to the clinic for lots of simple sicknesses that we don't even worry about back home. And then the beauty of this latrines is if it fills up, they can simply dig another hole and move the pipe, because it's not the old-fashioned where it's just outhouse on top. It's called a hydraulic flush latrine, and so the outhouse is actually set apart from the septic tank. And so that also helps a lot of disease contamination. There's no vapors coming into where the toilet is, things like that. Another project we have is actually a house building project. It's a very simple home, but it's a home that's built to last and built with quality. We build it in 3 or 4 days with a team. It costs about $4,000. And that's everything. The homeowner provides sweat labor, as you would call it, working on the foundations, and they work with a team to build that relationship, and they have to have a plot of land. But at the end of a week's time, they have a house that has electricity, that has sheetrock on the inside, that has a roof that doesn't leak, that has doors and windows, and that has a cement floor. And all these projects that we do, we're only able to do through the help of teams that come down, through donations that they bring with them, or funds that they raise to send down the money to buy the supplies. Because all these projects, they take a lot of funds. They make a huge difference, because the main goal of everything that we do on this campus, if we're not doing it to further God's kingdom, then we're doing it for the wrong reasons. In our water filters and also in our latrines, we work with of community leaders from each community and say, okay, who needs what? What are the true needs? You guys know your community. We can drive down the road and see one house, but you guys know who lives off the roads, you know who really is in need. And so we have a meeting with them, and that's where we found out about the latrine problem. That's where we've been selecting our families that are going to receive a home, so that it's from an educated group of people that are making those decisions, that know the families, that know the communities, to know who needs it first, and who really needs it, or who can do it on their own.
That also empowers the community leaders to work together with their community, and it gives them a sense of responsibility for helping their own neighbor, versus it only being the foreigners that are coming and helping. That way, the community leaders are the ones that are stepping in and making a difference in their communities' lives, which we have found really, really effective.
You shouldn't have bother.
Oh, no bother.
No hay
No
problema.
It's a blessing.
Es una bendición para ellos ayudarla y thank you,
Yes,
God.
yes. You
All
got it.
right.
Es algo que yo digo, que hay que tener uno la fe en Dios.
That's something that she always says, that we always have to have our faith in God and
Great.
believe in Him.
The medical clinic has 3 dental rooms that are fully operational. We have a full-time dentist that sees patients every day, and she sees about 35 patients a week, doing anything from general cleanings all the way to wisdom teeth and making dentures. So she is full service. And besides that, she's always praying for people, encouraging them in their spiritual walk and making relationships. She's by far the most popular lady in Lorena because she knows everybody. Beyond that, we have 4 consultation rooms that we plan on using for general medicine. We have a laboratory that we will do laboratory work. Our dream is to have an X-ray machine, an ultrasound machine. We'd like to do prenatal care. There's definitely a huge lack in prenatal care. We had a nurse come and volunteer one day doing ultrasounds last year, and out of the 8 patients that she saw, one of them had previa, which is a very dangerous condition that she could have died from if she didn't know that she had it. And so since our nurse was able to catch that she had previa, we were able to continue getting her care so that she didn't lose the baby and that she didn't die. We would love to see a birthing center someday. We also have 2 surgery rooms that we would like to do for now outpatient care until we can expand the clinic and have inpatient care as well. So we'll be doing triage. We have a full pharmacy, and our dream is to have a full-time doctor as well as teams and volunteers serving in the clinic as much as possible. The construction for the clinic is almost complete, but the few things that we're missing in order to have the clinic completely operational is we're working on licensure with the health department, the Ministry of Health. But a couple things that we need help with is we need medical equipment to fill the clinic. We need the machines, we need the equipment, we need the supplies so that we have a fully functional, excellent clinic. We believe in doing things with excellence, and in order to do that, we need the equipment, we need high quality equipment. So we have an equipment list. If you have any contacts or possibilities of where there's medical equipment that we could have, that would be a huge help to us. We're also we need continual help with medicine and with the supplies, as well as contacts with doctors and dental teams that would be willing to come down and volunteer. We can't do it without volunteers, and we're looking for those doctors, the dentists, any kind of medical professionals that have a heart for missions and want to come and change lives for a week. It would make a really big difference here. I feel like one big misconception is people don't understand the poverty in Honduras. Honduras is the second poorest country in the Western Hemisphere, second to Haiti. And poverty in Honduras truly means they don't have dinner for their family. They can't buy shoes for their kids. And it's not that they don't want to or they're putting their money in a different place. It's that they're so stuck in the poverty trap that they truly do not have dinner that night, or they truly don't have the funds to be able to do a latrine. $300 to a family in this area is over a month's minimum wage. And so be able to provide for your family, it's a huge stress that I don't think as North Americans we really understand the gravity of what poverty means. So when we get requests for roofs or for latrines or for water filters, it's something that they cannot attain on their own. And so with us working with the community and empowering them to change their lives through the parts that they can do, by keeping them responsible to appointments, by keeping them responsible to coming to meetings. They're willing to. Hondurans are not lazy people. They work so hard, and they'll do whatever they can to change their future, and they want to change their kids' lives. So I just want to emphasize Hondurans are hardworking, kind people that would do anything they could to change their future, and they're stuck. And so we need to be able to come alongside them and give them the chance to step out of the hole that they're in.
Ayudante.